See how I place the hands well on the mat and press them firmly down and pull up through the arms, strong straight elbows even while I'm on my hands and my knees. Then I tuck the toes and lift the hips really high, high up. See that I'm still on my toes. I'm trying to feel a long line from my hands pressing down, pulling up through my strong straight arms all the way through the sides of my body and getting my hips as high as possible. When the toes do come down, it's not because I drop the hips, but I press the fronts of the thighs strongly away from the head and keep the hips lifted more and more. The heels will come down as much as they come down. Now checking back in with this line that the torso is making, if you have an open low back and or loose shoulders, you might overdo and push the ribs out and let the shoulders fall far towards the mat. So see how I correct that on myself, gently draw the ribs back, engage the shoulders more strongly, and then reconnect that line from the hands pressing down, up through the arms, through the sides of the body, hips getting higher all the time. Now, if you have a tight upper back, it might be really hard to get that line. You need to focus on moving the part of the spine right in between the shoulder blades into the body more to open the chest towards the thighs. And once you've engaged that upper back strongly, reconnect that long line, hands move down into the mat, hips lift higher and higher. Now there also might be some tendencies for the head to either lift up and look towards the hand, shortening the back of the neck, or drop towards the floor, shortening the front of the neck. So for now, let's keep the crown of the head and the tailbone, that long line of the spine, in a diagonal parallel to the ones being made by the arms and the sides of the body. 3 long lines lifting up diagonally through the hips. Now when you come down, you can open the knees wide and sit back. The arms stay long. Now if the hips don't touch the heels, you can put a little bit of support in between the hips and the heels. You can put a blanket or another prop under the head if it's hard for the head to reach the floor. Now there's a couple ways you can use the chair to modify this. Now it's best to have this chair so the back is up against a wall. See how if that back of the chair, the part opposite me, was pressing up against a wall, I could give more of my weight to it. But still, we should be pulling up through the arms. The hands are pressing down. But now see how I can get a similar long line from the hands up through the hips. It's a different diagonal. The heels will more easily come to the ground. And I can make the same spinal observations and adjustments here and the same observations and adjustments with my head. Now you can rest on the chair like so as an alternative option. You could also do a version, again, it will be a different angle, but similar work up against the wall. Notice how I stay up on my fingertips when I go to the wall so I don't drop too much of my weight forward. I pull up through the middle part of the hands, through the arms, through the sides of the body, and draw the hips back into the room to get that long line. Again, checking in with my spine, making sure I'm not pushing the ribs forward. or underworking in the upper back. And checking in on the angle of the head. Simply seated in the chair, you can still find this length and openness. So now I'm feeling that my hips are grounding down, my buttocks are heavy into the seat of the chair, but I'm lifting up through the sides of the body, all the way through the arms and out the heels of the hand. Now we focused on the line from the hands pressing down to the hips lifting up for the sake of this particular practice. Take note, however, that in every version shared in this video, with the exception of being seated in the chair, the legs are also strong and straight in this pose. Kneecaps are pulled up to keep the thighs firm. Please refer to the recommendations at the beginning of this video to use this lesson as a launch point for your own personal yogic practice. Again, this is Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog pose.